Hello everyone, a very good afternoon to all the people who are here with us on this Modern Mirabai YouTube channel. It's a sunny afternoon and I can't be thankful enough to you guys to pull out this time on a Monday afternoon 2 p.m. to be here with us. It's my pleasure and honor to have with me a dear friend and a senior guide, a veteran from the industry, Arivalagan, Shanmugam. I call him Arivu out of respect, out of love, and I'll be addressing him like this in the conversation ahead. Before we head into the session today, I'll take 2 minutes of your time more to explain what is Modern Mirabai all about and why are we here, what are we doing here. This week, we are celebrating as the International Happiness Week. Yes, it's an International Happiness Day, but we are so happy that we have chosen to celebrate it over the week. Each of the 5 days, we are calling in experts from the industry and interviewing them, taking their perspective on how to derive happiness from the 5 pillars of our life, as we call it. Today, we'll be discussing how to derive happiness from spirituality. Going ahead and explaining what is Modern Mirabai. Modern Mirabai is a movement that enables women, ambitious women, to prioritize themselves, to reclaim their happiness without feeling guilty about themselves. It is your right and it is a choice to be loved, to be respected, and you start that by doing yourself first. You have to learn to respect and honor yourself, love yourself, and show the world how the world can love you back. In this honor itself, I am releasing 5 free mentoring sessions to my modern Mirabais who think they want to talk it out with me, who think it can benefit them. This mentoring session is for my modern Mirabais who really have. I have taken the first step, and you, if you think can take the first step, I'm willing to help you. With that, let's enter into this powerful session with our dear friend Arivu here. Welcome, Arivu. Just a little introduction about Arivu. He has been in the industry for long. He is the VP of an engineering mining firm and also has been a director, senior director in one of the German firms. Professionally, he's charged. Personally, he's enlightened. From a very young age, he has felt, tasted what we called enlightenment. And not only that, he has helped spread the light among a lot of other people. With that, I hand over the baton to Arivu to give a little more about himself and take us through this journey with us. Arivu.
Yeah. Thanks for the lovely words, Punita. This is my honor and delightful to be with you and with the channel. And I'll be lovely to share my experiences on how to derive happiness out of enlightenment or spirituality. I was a director, and I suppose as a director of a German company, I supposed to bring the technology from Germany to India and set up a unit here in India. I did very well at very young age of 28. Everything went on smooth, but a lot of stress and strain. And I had some health issues. I went to the doctor, he scanned me completely and then told me that you are perfectly fit, nothing to worry about it. Then I thought I had to look for a change in the stress management what I have. I looked around, then I found one Swamiji called Sugubhananda Swamiji, and he had a stress management program and also the meditation kind of thing. Those techniques I imbibed in my life. It was really, really profound experiences. Then I thought I'll also spread across on the organization. Then I put that as a part of my leadership program in my company. That has given wonderful results. The people after the program was very enthusiastic and they were feeling the responsibility. They come without absenteeism to the work. It was unbelievable. That was fantastic. That was my first encounter with spirituality, and that was a real good experience for me. Can I ask you one question, Punita? Maybe, when do you think you feel happy or when you become happy? Can you just respond to that?
Um, okay. Well, I earlier I was one of those corporate zombies, if I can say, living lives from pillar to post, morning, evening, going and coming back. And happiness was definitely certain milestones which I used to see, in life, where if I achieve a promotion, I'll get that. Yes, I've also had certain encounters where you feel demotivated when you don't get a promotion, or when you'll buy a car, you'll feel motivated. Every person has these life milestones. Then I had certainly got into this. I happened to donate some money to some friend of mine, and that night I think I had a really wonderful sleep. I did not know why, but I think over a period of time, when you would feed a dog, or when you would help an old woman cross the road, I think slowly I get it started getting charm from there. Still, to make a lot of sense out of those, yes, I do go and do seva also in gurudwaras and stuff. But for a lot of us here, I think we associate happiness with certain milestones that we want to achieve in life. And we park our happiness on those pillars and say कि जब हम उधर पहुंचेंगे ना तब I have made it. Like you actually rejoice, enjoy. आप खाना खाने जाते हो, family के साथ party करते हो. You go out on vacations. I'll be happy when I go on a vacation with family. So that for next 6 months, you will be slogging only to wait for those 3 days when you'll be on a vacation with your family. So I think we all are like that. Maybe, yeah. But yeah, you tell us.
Yeah. You rightly said we are all like that only. We all feel that the peace and happiness is something, the goal we have to achieve in your life, and we have it for some purpose of kind of thing like. But really speaking, we have to shift our focus slightly. That happiness is not something our goal what we have to reach. It's our state of mind. Every moment, every single minute, we should be happy and feel happy. When you are at peace and when you feel happy about it, then your thought process comes clear. The clarity of thought comes into your mind. When the clarity of thought comes to your mind, any decision you make will be very, very clear without any biased sector. So this is how we lead our life when you are feel happy and at peace. But we were all happy in childhood. What happened when you go to school, when you go to college, when you go to society for work? People put a lot of conditioning and all that. The happiness is gone. Then we all look for happiness now. So that is where we end up now. Suppose, let us say we are happy and we are at peace. Then the family is at happiness and they are at peace. Then the society is at peace. Then goes international level. But actually speaking, if you really want to spread peace and happiness, then you should first change yourself. You should be happy and you should be at peace. Only then things will spread across. So this is a fundamental shift we have to make it to lead our life peacefully, actually speaking. Okay, there are two things we want to look at it. One is outside world and say inside world. Outside world, a lot of things are there which we are less control over it. Sometimes we cannot have control at all. Whereas inside world is our world, and we can take a decision on that. In senses which we are dealing with the outside world, when the information comes to us, when you're processing it, when you are at peace, when you are pleasant, you take the right decisions. So when you have full control within your world, then it is easy to control outside. Then you want 100% responsibility when in your world, but outside world it is difficult to say you are having 100% responsibility. So these are all the things which you have to understand. What is peace, what is happiness, and it's not something target or something to look for it. It is for us to be happy always, every time, to lead a peaceful life. I hope there's a clarity I brought it.
Beautiful, beautiful. कितने खूबसूरती से आपने समझाया है इसको. Very beautifully you explained that happiness is, and there has to be a choice, a consciousness around happiness कि आप खुद अपने लिए happiness, खुशी चुन सकते हो. इस रहते हुए यहाँ पर there is an aspect of external and there is an aspect of
internal. Absolutely.
जब आप external को control नहीं कर पाते, आप हर चीज को अपने हिसाब से चला नहीं पाते, तो आप अपने अंदर को हैप्पीनेस कैसे दे सकते हैं, ये कंट्रोल अंदर आप कैसे
Mm.
हैप्पीनेस कर सकते हैं, that will be the next part of discussion. Not to mention just one little aspect, कि we human beings think that we are we want to control every aspect of our life. How this person should get up, what time he should get up, what they should eat, how they should, what time they should leave for
Mm.
office, what time they should sleep. We actually try to control everything around ourselves. But imagine yourself as one entity, as one human being on this planet. There are billions of people, and imagine the planet being one little speck in the entire universe. In the entire universe,
Correct.
imagine yourself being one little dot in this entire Milky Way. And when you look at the magnanimity of the whole thing, आप एक छोटा सा जर्रा हो, you are like a small speck in this whole
Absolutely.
that we have. And from here, the God who's actually running the whole show, uske samne, where do you really stand when you try to become the God yourself and try to control everything around you? So with that perspective, let's go on to the next section of this. uh, I just want to ask you, Arivu, if this
Mm.
happiness is really in our hands or in our control. Where is the consciousness? How do we bring this consciousness and awareness that we can be happy always, or that I have the power? How do we bring in that consciousness?
See, first of all, we have to understand certain fundamentals of life. Okay. See, now, this is me, but this is not me. This is my body, and this is my hand, and this is my mind, and this is my intellect. And I'm not this. I am different from my body, from intellect, from mind. So we have to dissociate ourselves from the faculty what we have, which we are going to deal with in our life. So this has been faculty given us to have an experience of life. But we all identify ourselves with the body. Then whatever the body says, whatever the mind says, we go ahead and then create a lot of havoc. Can I tell you one story?
Sure, please.
Sure. Yeah. There is an American. Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, there was an American called Peter, and he was in poverty. He gone through a lot of difficulties, and one day he got a big prize of $1 billion. You know what is $1 billion? 7,300 crores in Indian rupees. That's a huge money. So overnight, rich people, what they do? They just go to the showroom. They want to show off. So likewise, he went to the showroom. He bought one Rolls-Royce car. And then he was very proud of it. Next day morning, he was sitting on the car on the backside and having all the hat with the feather, with the nice clothes and all that, just sitting like this, looking at this side, looking at that side. There are people around this side. They're all walking along with the car. There are a lot of people in the back. Some people are coming in the front, but they're all laughing. But why are they laughing? Because Peter has put 2 horses in the front to pull the Rolls Royce. Whereas the Rolls Royce has got 50 horsepower engine in it. It is so powerful. Why he is doing it? Because Peter does not know how to start the car. And this is where we are. This is how we are. We are so powerful. In fact, we are unlimited power we have. It is not only to us, it is for everybody, whether it is a peon or it's a beggar or it is a manager or it is the prime minister of the country. The power, nature, what is given to us, all same. It is a question of how much you understand, how we use our equipments and faculty while experiencing our life. That is more important. That's what we have to understand. Okay. Now let us say Peter started the car. He started the car, engine started. There are 3 pedals in the front. He just presses, but he does not know which one to press. What happens? He does not understand it. He keep pressing one after another. It goes this way, it goes that way. It hits somebody else. Then it goes in a bumpy drive, and all that it happens. Okay. Then what we do? We say these people are not responsible. All negative people. They just have a comment on it. But reality is we don't understand our car. We don't understand what our car can do, and we not read the user manual what we can do with the car. And before reading the user manual, we are already on the road. Like us, there are many people on the road without reading the user manual. You can imagine what kind of chaos can create in the road when you don't understand how to drive a car. So that is the status we are in. If you don't understand the fundamentals, our experience in life will be absolutely I mean, that is all we're experiencing now. We have to change our lifestyle completely. Now, let us say Peter learned driving. Okay, what he will do? Go to end of the street, come back here. Go to end of the street, come back here. Is it that for car meant for? Or is it the driving look for? We have to look for something where we have to go. Either it is Mumbai or it is New York or it is Delhi, whatever destination is. Once we are clear about our path, then the whole thing get organized. What kind of skill I should have, what kind of equipment I supposed to procure, everything will be organized. Your mind gets organized completely. Then our life goes very smooth. Then there is no chaos in our life. Then everything goes in a smooth manner. We experience this pleasantness of the life. That's how the happiness stays for continuously for longer period of time, and you are at peace. Moment you understand what capacity we have, understand what is the user manual, what kind of equipment we have. Once you know what is the target we have, the whole process is set. Once you know the whole process is set, the life becomes very, very simple, very easy to live, enjoyable. You will not have any chaos at all in life. So that is the understanding we should bring.
What a way to explain the analogy, comparing a life with a Rolls Royce car, which needs आपको एक Rolls Royce कार चलाना है और आपके पास अगर अवेयरनेस नहीं है कि आपकी कार में कितना हॉर्स पावर है, नहीं होगा अवेयरनेस, तो आप ऑब्वियसली आपके पास एक कहते हैं ना हाई एंड मल्टी वो टच स्क्रीन फोन होगा, लेकिन आप इफ यू हैव अ फोन आपको वो चलाना ही नहीं आएगा.
Correct.
So you will just be using the basic features and not
Absolutely.
knowing. So that's exactly, and knowing that you have such a powerful entity, your being,
Yes.
your life, till you do not extract that value out of it, you probably will be ending up dashing into other people and accidents will be more often than not. Wonderful. Wonderful. With that, मुझे एक बात, tell me one thing, Arivu, like how, yes, I understand, bringing in consciousness and happiness. How do I get my happiness back? Like if I have lost it, if I am trying to be happy, I'm trying to understand the manual also, and there are trials and errors which are happening. Somewhere this happiness gets eroded. So how do I get this happiness back in my life?
Yeah. You asked for two things now. One is either you call awareness or consciousness, almost same. There are some differences there in a very subtle way. But when you talk about awareness, awareness is something I understand this moment. I enjoy this moment. You would have heard this from many people, possibly in the books and in cinema, whatever it is. We heard about this, but we don't understand it fullest extent it really means. But actually speaking, the thought process, or you call thought cycle, hijacked the entire awareness or a consciousness from us. So what is thought cycle? Let's say one thought comes to your mind, then the thought gives a feeling to us. The feeling, what happened, it create action from us. That action create the experience. The experience give again another feeling. The feeling again give another thought. So we get into the cycle of numerous new thoughts will keep coming on the cycle. And I understand there are 60,000 to 80,000 thoughts per day we are getting in. You can imagine every minute there is a new thoughts. So we have been pulled this way, we are pulled this way, we are pulled this way. We are the thought process completely hijacked our awareness or a consciousness, whatever you call. So how do we get it back? So to get it back, first of all, we have to, the simple theory is what? Bring down the number of thoughts, your awareness goes up. Very simple theory, right? What do you do? First, you have to reduce your toxin level of your body. Okay. Then you have to consciously understand the food, what you are eating, what kind of food you are eating. You should completely avoid this junk food. That's definitely yes. And we have to change our mindset from I eat to live, not live to eat. You have to change the complete shift. Yes. If you do that, then you work on only on the food which is required to energize your body. Okay. That gives a comfort level for your body side. When you go to mind, so you got to bring down the thoughts. You do the meditation, but you can't even survive for 1 minute because your thoughts keep jumping. So what do? You go for a breathing exercises. You do that, make your lung more flexible and control your breath. Okay. So I understand there are 17 to 20 breaths per minute. You have to bring down to 5 or 6. When you bring down the number of breath per minute to very minimum, that means you have a control over the thought process. Once the number of thoughts come down by through meditation, then you are getting your consciousness back or awareness back. So this is how we deal with that for awareness. When you come to happiness, probably I can give an example. You want a flower plant. You don't work on flower, neither on the plant. What do? You work on the environment. You work on soil, you work on seeds, you work on minerals, you work on water, you work on sunlight. Like that, you can only create the environment. The plant grows and flower comes out. Similar way, the happiness, we have to create our circumstances such a way that the happiness comes to us. What do? You have good friends, you hear good words, positive words, you choose positive words to speak, what kind of energy you are leaving with other person, what kind of feeling you are giving to other person, what kind of food you eat, how comfortably you feel it. These are all you create it. Naturally, happiness comes to you. Awareness is good, happiness is good. Then I think we are under total control of ourselves. What we lost in childhood, now we have to take it back. If you continued in childhood, probably would not have lost. Today we lost it, you are searching for it. So this is how we have to bring back the awareness or a consciousness, and you have to get into the happiness mode. In simplistic way, I said it.
Right, very beautifully, and I'm liking this banter. जो आपने बहुत खूबसूरती से कहा इधर कि when you sit for meditation, there are so many thoughts that
Yes.
come, and I could actually imagine like it's a sea, samundar mein, in a sea, there are so many thoughts, there are so
Yes.
many that keeps
Waves. Yeah.
coming, and it's only when you, in spite of all those, agar aap only if you're able to deep dive and go inside, a diver, when he goes
Hmm.
to the lower layers of the sea, that's where he actually finds calm, peace. The
Yes.
sea
Yes.
at the
Yes.
lower layers is very calm and peaceful. It's only on the surface that you see a lot of waves, a lot
Absolutely,
of
you're right.
surf and white, right? So I could actually relate to what you're saying with all this visualization in my head. So wonderfully put. How, Arivu, I will ask you this one important question that's now
Hmm.
coming to my mind.
Hmm.
Okay, you said we should be consciously be happy, and we are starting on this journey also. What is the measuring stick? Matlab, how do you know that you're doing things right? How do you measure that happiness, that you are on the right track? What is it that puts you, that keeps guiding you? Because it's a lone journey, everybody's on their own journey here on this earth, and if you've chosen a path for yourself, to be on it, good or bad or whatever you've chosen, you have a thought and you start moving on that. But what is your guiding stick? What keeps telling you to keep going forward? You're on the right space.
See, there are many ways of doing it, but one of my word, which to me it's very profound, is in Tamil. There is a poet called Thiruvalluvar. So Thiruvalluvar, he said, "Innare oruthal avarnana nannayam seidhuvidal." Okay, what does it mean? Is somebody has done a very bad deed to you. In spite of that, you do good to them. Okay, if you have that kind of mindset, that means you're not in forgiving them. You are also doing good to them, which will probably make them get converted from the bad deed to good deed. If you are able to have this kind of mindset to do something to your friends, relatives, or enemy himself, or anybody who has not done good to you, and then you make a good to them, and which is probably will change their mindset. If you are able to come to that level, that means you are very closer to the God. So that mindset you're able to get means then you are at peace, then you are at happy situation. You don't have any guts towards anybody. You don't have any of what you call the enmity towards anybody. So this mindset comes to you means that's a measure of that. Yes, you are fully control of your life, and you are able to accept things as it is. So that is the measure for you. If you are able to do something for that, that is the measure that you are in that particular scenario.
I'm still chewing on the words you said, that you will come closer to being a god if you are able to forgive. What
Yes.
profound statement, Arivu! And it's something which I will definitely, yes. My mom also used to say something similar,
Mm.
that You cannot wash the dirt with dirty water.
Exactly,
आप
correct.
साफ नहीं कर सकते. Those were her ways of explaining that if somebody is doing bad to you, then you don't need to be doing bad things or thinking bad things or scheming against that person, because it will only go on leveling up the battle.
Absolutely
There is
correct.
to wipe it out. So by being in a state of peace, by forgiveness, I think that's the right word, as you said. By forgiveness is what we can heal ourselves, make ourselves happy, and end that game of disconnect or whatever. If the other person is expecting you to react and you react, which means you are a victim of his expectation. He wants you to do that and you're doing that. But take the other person by surprise and don't react. Don't give him what do you say, the harsh response which he expects.
Reactions.
Surprise him, her, by your kindness. I think kindness is the most important, powerful tool that we're living with. And a lot of people don't realize the power of being kind
Yes.
in your workplace, at your home. I think this becomes a very important measure also. If people are responding to you with kindness, that actually can be a measure of how kind you have been to others, and just opening up perspectives. Lovely.
Yes.
I truly admire this conversation that we've had. I'll just check for a couple of questions if there are any from our audiences.
Yes.
Uh, no, I think we're good. We are on time here. And just to summarize this entire session, the three key takeaways that I want to leave my users with here is: first, be aware that you have the power to choose to be happy. You have that mental state, that power. Be aware that you are in a Rolls Royce, that you are this soul, this energy behind this body. It is your body. This body is not you. It is your
Yes. Your
choice.
body. Absolutely correct.
So this body, this Rolls Royce is yours. You are this energy running this entire body. Be aware that it's a choice to be happy. That's the first takeaway. The second takeaway for us here, as he said, there are life hacks by which, by implementing those, you definitely can achieve higher
Yes.
versions of yourself, like good food, meditation, surrounding yourself with people that elevate your state of happiness. The
Absolutely.
third and final key takeaway for my viewers here is the litmus test of your happiness journey. This journey that you're on, the litmus test of how good you are performing is how forgiving you ultimately become. Letting go, as we had mentioned in one of our previous sessions as well, is the key to being more happy in your life. Over a period of time, you'll eventually realize how good it was to let go. You are actually doing yourself a favor by forgiving people, not the other person,
Yes.
but you're
Exactly.
doing a favor, yes, yes, to yourself. I hope you liked today's session. This was a power pack session by our expert here, Arivu, who guided us through his journey and shared some very beautiful nuggets of intelligence with us. Here is it. I'll wrap up today's session. We are bang on time. And before we leave, I'll just tell you, do your part of social responsibility by sharing this video with somebody who must see it. There are people who need to watch this, and you could be the medium through which they can change their lives. There is intelligence, there is prudence in living a life of filled with spirituality, with happiness, and finding your journey within rather than outside. That would be it. Modern Mirabai is a movement here where we are enabling ambitious women to prioritize themselves, to help themselves become more happier in life in an overall perspective. We are
Absolutely.
discussing the 5 pillars of happiness every day here. Today was the pillar around spirituality. Please hit the bell icon and subscribe to this channel to stay tuned and connected with us. We will be coming back again tomorrow with another dear friend of mine, Binoli, who runs a financial consultancy service, and she will be taking us through the final pillar of finances, how to derive happiness from finances. Stay tuned onto this channel. We'll continue to be here with you, and do drop in your messages. Let us know how the feedback, what is the feedback for today's session. We'll be glad, happy to share our views with you once again. Depending upon how good or bad a response, we would love to know your responses around it. Thank you, Arivu, once again for being here with us. It was such a pleasure. On behalf of all my viewers, I thank you enough to be here with us. It was wonderful. To all my viewers, thank you for pulling out your time on a Monday afternoon to be here with us. God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.